people are getting impacted as of today. Everybody has access to Twitter or Instagram, and of course the WhatsApp. So this is something which is playing a very, very pivotal role even as I speak to you. So when we come to the system of systems, because the mechanized warfare is no more a mechanized operation, it is system of systems. And that's why I call it CBG, that is Carrier Battle Group. Because it is layered, but simultaneous application in the volume. The TBA has a volume now. It does not have only length and breadth. So if it has a volume, how are you looking at it? So it will involve tank, light tanks, autonomous tanks. Of course, APCs, QRF, HMVs, which I've already said. Drone carriers. I'm not using the word drone. I'm using the drone carriers because they will provide you the length or the kind of a distance. UCAS, counter USAD, I've already said. Rocket force, missile force, RT aviation, all kind. EW, cyber, info warrior. So what does it mean? That if you have this kind of a plethora of resources with you, then tank is only one of them. BMP is only one of them. Even if I can say that the tracked RT guns are also one of those. Because this volume, which is phenomenal, some say it is about 30 to 50 kilometer on side and approximately 200 to 400 kilometers on the other side, depending on what is the size we are looking at, CT, CG, or whatever size we are looking at. So that is something we need to look at. So there is a chair here, sir. So the command and control will be something which will be dependent on various phases of the battlefield. So you have to have a combination of the centralized command control and decentralized. At what level? It's a sweet spot which will keep changing. Similarly, combination of data-centric and network-centric, it's again a sweet spot because there will be eclipse, technology eclipse which will be there. So you have to have how much reliance on the data, that is cloud, and how much reliance on the network. So again, you have to look for a sweet spot. So when we talk about the DSOC, that is style of command, now you have to derive new areas or new kind of a lines of effort to have this DSOC. We need to examine that. As for the MSOC is concerned, MSOC is term which has come out from the Afghanistan war. So I don't look into it in a big way because that was meant for a different purpose. But as we go ahead, when we talk about the small teams, you'll require MSOC will play an important role, but it will be digitally connected and remotely controlled. That will still have to be maintained. Moving ahead. So what are the closer home? I have already said earlier that we have more than 2.5 front challenges. We understand what we are talking about, but what is important on the Western Front, the new areas which are coming up, is the relevance of creek area which is coming up in a big way, and we need to kind of create platforms for that. Semi-developed and riverine terrain, our speed will have to be much more than what we have been able to achieve, because other places the FIBUA is playing a pivotal role, and either you go through the fighting built-up areas or you go through the riverine or the semi-developed terrain. So therefore, the mobility is a major challenge, and we do not have answers for it. We are looking for hop, step, and jump, or we are looking at spider movement. We are not sure, but that we need to look into. As far as Northern Front is concerned, the satellite photographs tell us it's a tankable terrain across. And of course, it is a super high altitude area. So the sustenance, logistics, and ability to remain coherent for a longer period for the crew also, that's a challenge. Siliguri corridor, we all are aware of it. Amphibious task force. As we enhance our role and we become, as it is, we are the fourth powerful army and second largest, ATF will play an important role, air-landed and transported operations. UN Charter 6 or 7. I was in Somalia with some of you sitting here, and of course, the tanks were playing a pivotal role there also, and also play a relevant role in grey zone.